21, right? Happy New Year's. We have a New Year among us here. And like this season, this is like literally, and I mean it literally, this is literally, arguably, of course, but literally, literally the greatest anime season of all time. It's just, that was...
What's your one thing?
Let me turn it up. Okay, that's true. Goddamn commercials! It's just crazy. Like we have everything this season, right? We have, I mean, it is cool. It's like the sequel of sequel season, right? Because we have everything coming back. So we have, of course, like Slime coming back, right? We have Dr. Stone coming back. We have Elserio coming back. We have stuff like Noembiara coming back. Queen Tuplets coming back. It's just like this season is. I mean, this season is gonna be crazy. I think I don't think I've ever felt like, oh, I need to watch like 10 shows per day now, because this season is just it's just insane, right? You have so many good shows. Hopefully it's gonna be spread out, so it's like 2-3 good shows per day. But it's probably gonna be like on Friday, it's gonna be like, here's 10 shows you have to watch. So you're like, okay, it's gonna be a lot of anime. It's gonna be a lot of anime to watch today. That's probably it. Oh, it's so many anime. It's just crazy. We even have shows like. I was like, oh man, like 7 Deadly Sins, where I'm like, I liked 7 Deadly Sins a lot, and then the anime's quality was like crazy bad last season. But maybe the quality can improve. At least the storyline's still there, right? But like the anime quality was just like, oh man, maybe I should read this thing. And of course we have other shows, Attack on Titan, right? Still ongoing, Isekai still ongoing. And of course, Black Clover, getting into the Spade Kingdom, so Black Clover, the filler is over. No, Black Clover has some really good fillers, of course, but still, of course, we're gonna see the actual Spade Kingdom, and that's amazing, right? Myrmonden, of course, hopefully Myrmonden was the main character, and stuff like Promised Neverland. I mean, I guess it's there forever, right? So this season is just insane. This season is like the craziest season ever. It's just, but yeah, it's the craziest season ever. Yeah, we've gone. Yeah, I guess it's late in Japan, right? Yeah, should be, right? It's like 10 in Japan. Definitely more combat vibe in Japan than Konnichiwa. But anyway, so let's start. We're gonna use live shorting. We're gonna go down all the animes, right? And man, this is so many animes we're gonna watch this season. It's crazy. And also, yes, I have my new Sailor Moon shirt on me, right? I got it 2 days ago. I think it's pretty nice. Gonna, premium anime. Anyway, let's start looking at the list. So here, so of course I want always we won't talk about animes that are already going, or maybe at least a little bit. Like a short, we can get a short review, right? Jujutsu Kaisen, very good anime, one of the most popular animes, of course. This the last season, right? That's coming back in 2 weeks from now, so it's delayed for that. And yeah, as you can see here, right, Jujutsu Kaisen usually airs on Fridays, but it's delayed then, so we're gonna see it in 2 weeks from now into the winter season, of course. But so that is, but it's a good anime, good shonen anime. And the list here is following popularity. So this is the most popular show last season then, right? And yeah, so let's go down. Next is Black Clover. Obviously, Black Clover, it's the best thing ever. I mean, like, it's Black Clover. It has Melona. It has Melona in it! I'm like, Melona? It has Melona in it! So, it's like, yeah, it's Melona! Black Clover, of course, I mentioned earlier. Soon here, only 3 days left. I am very excited, of course, for Black Clover, right? I'm a huge Black Clover fan. Been following it since episode 1, right? The longest running anime I've been following my channel, definitely. It's kind of when I started my channel, so that is exciting in general. But definitely Black Clover. I mean, Jesus Christ, Black Clover. The feel has been good, much better than the most shown animes. But now we're getting into the Spade Kingdom arc, right? It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna see all the new bad guys, the new antagonist, and yes, Happy New Year's. Hope you guys had a New Year's, right? I just kind of woke up now, but I don't have hangover, so I'm pretty good. but anyway, let's keep talking out. New Year's. Melona, though. Hopefully it's more Melona next season. Anyway, Black Clover, we know Black Clover, right? Anyway, let's go in. Okay, Attack on Titan. Yeah, Attack on Titan. I mean, this season is crazy. Already, I'm like, okay, Black Clover. The season is, it's the most insane season I think I've ever seen in my life. Of course, Attack on Titan, I think I have to talk about that too much here, right? We all know about Attack on Titan. But that's the final season. We had the Aaron thing last episode, right? We have Gabby and so on. But Attack on Titan, everyone knows the title. Let's go over that. Let's not talk about that too much. Next though, slime. I mean, every goddamn anime is like a watch anime, right? So of course slime. I'm a huge fan of slime, right? Rimuru, one of my favorite isekai animes. In the top 10 video I did talking about that anime, it's like I thought it was one of the best animes that year. I will say I felt that it definitely, I'm gonna be critical here, but I think that it definitely kind of went down a bit though. Like the first part was amazing last season. The second part was really good until like the school thing. And then I felt it was a little weaker though. It was a little weaker there. But I was still incredibly excited to of course see the next arc. I felt it kind of had like a downturn there and getting the true antagonists and so on. That was already shown in the first opening. But yeah, slime is one of the best isekais I think in a long time. I'll say a long time, but the thing is that there's a lot of isekais, right? With the overpowered main character, where you have like, oh, I am God, I can kill everyone, you know. So you have a lot of animes, right? Where you have this super overpowered isekai main character, like for example, most of them are retry, or like, you know, How to Know Someone Demon Lord, that's coming back next season, I think. Which actually I like a lot. That's a good anime though. I like it a lot. It's a funny comedy anime, etchy anime, right? But Slime, in my opinion, it's probably the best overpowered, you know, isekai anime there is, right? We have other similar anime which is isekai but similar, right? For example, last season we had, you know, the demon, I'll say it, and so on. Whatever, so many ones, Overlord and so on. There's so many, but I think that Slime is, in my opinion, probably the best OP isekai. So I'm very excited for Slime, of course, for Rimuru. It's a really good show. I mean, we have, you know, not again, we have female cat like Shion. Like it's kind of like Melona in Slime. So I'm like, we have Shion. No, but that's it. This season is crazy. Yeah, but again, I think Slime probably is the best OP isekai ever. That being said, though, we of course have other isekais coming, right? We have other isekais. I don't think you're not talking about, but I think it's better isekais in general. Of course, we have One Piece, one arc, good. Maybe finally get the best girl. And yes, as talking about, of course, we have Zero, an even better isekai than, of course, Slime. I mean, amazing isekai. This goddamn Rem shirt here is not really showing itself. Get up there, Rem. I can see you, my Rem. Come up. Work with me. Whatever. Yeah, so of course, you know, we have Rem. Maybe finally getting back into the business. Here, whatever, I'll play with Rem then. We have Rem, we have Echidna, right? We have all the characters. No, but of course, because we all know Zero. Probably the anime I am honestly the most excited to see next season. Only 5 days left, right? Zero was one of the best animes ever, and so on. Right? So as I mentioned, I think Slime is the best OP isekai, right? Like the best, you know, fighting isekai where the guy is a god, right? Basically, but Zero is probably the best isekai, just from an isekai standpoint, right? He's being an isekai, but obviously, well, I mean, okay, he can't die, you know what I mean, but he's not overpowered though. Subaru, of course, his power is pretty good, but like, yeah, but I wouldn't call it overpowered in that sense. Not in the same way as like Slime, as Rimuru is like, oh, bam, 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 everyone's dead, right? Not in the same way as that, right? And of course, Konosuba though. But Konosuba is like the greatest comedy ever. It's not kind of other genre, right? Isekai, I suppose. Though. But still, you know, Zero. That's. I'm getting all giggly. I'm super excited, of course, to finally get. I shouldn't say the conclusion, but you know, maybe at least concluding a little bit, you know, because it ended. I don't want to spoil, but I assume people have seen last season mostly, right? And it kind of ended with the different witches. We saw Minerva, Sekhmet, and. You know, we're getting into that thing, and so yeah, it's Zero. It's only 5 days left. Zero. Dr. Stone. Have you seen my Dr. Stone shirt? Dr. Stone. So Dr. Stone. This season is crazy, right? So Dr. Stone again, right? One of the best animes I think out there too. One of the best shonen animes. Still like 2 weeks left though, so a lot more days left than Zero. But the thing with Dr. Stone is that. You know, I'm a shonen guy, right? You know, I like all others, but I'm a big shonen fan, right? I've seen, you know, most shonen animes, right? Everything from One Piece and Dragon Ball and all that stuff, right? And but the Stone to me, in my opinion, is like is the best new innovative shonen, but it doesn't feel like it's a shonen. I mean, it's shonen, but it feels very different, right? Because he's techy, he's building stuff, and it feels more intellectual, I suppose, is a word for it, than just being like, I'm gonna fight and train, right? So it's a very different anime. It feels a lot more innovative and unique than other genres, right? Shonen is one of my absolute favorite animes, and I rated one of the best anime of 19, right? An amazing anime, really. So yeah, next season is just crazy because they have Head of the Stone and then L0, and all the animes already mentioned are like, top quality. The animes we already talked about just briefly here, again, L0, Slime, and so on. They're all like top 10 contenders, right? For a year, and then Dr. Stone again. Also, yeah, shonen for smart people. Exactly. It's shonen for intellectual, for these people with brains. But obviously, the Stone, I'm a huge fan of the Stone. I think it was one of the best animes of its year, right? So already here, I feel this season is so crazy, right? Again, because like all the animes we mentioned, they will all probably be in like, a normal year's top 10, right? Like again, at zero, always top 10, right? And take that so on, right? You get the point. So they're all top 10, but the Stone already. So it feels like just this season alone has already filled out like a top 10 list, right? This is just so crazy because normally you have Stone in one season, right? And then you might have LC another season, right? And so on. Then you build your top 10 list, right? It feels like I'm gonna have like when next year, after 2021 is over, I'm doing like a top 10 video. It's gonna be like, well, Winter had like 20 top 10 animes, and then something happened in the other seasons, and it didn't matter. That's kind of what you feel like, because of course this is not over. I mean, yeah, we have the Stone here, and we have like Promised Neverlands coming, other amazing shonen anime, more psycho thriller anime, but you know what I mean. And now here we go, yeah. And now we have freaking, Promised Neverland, yet another. This isn't just crazy, like, because Promised Neverland, also another top 10 anime of the year kind of anime, right? Yet another one where you feel like, oh shit, this is like. When I did my top 10 example for 19, I had both, of course, Dr. Stone and Promised Neverland in the top 10, right? And they were like, what did I rate them? Like second and third place. The best anime, in my opinion, of course, 19 was Savage Girls, right? So it was Savage Girls 1, and then we can have those two. It's like, man, this season is crazy. So anyway, Promised Neverland, again, I know it's a sequel season though, but Promised Neverland, right, about children, right, trying to escape this demon, and they're gonna eat them. That's like the premise, so not much spoilers there. And one of the best psychological thriller animes. I know it's like shonen, but I think Promised Neverland is a lot more, it's closer to something like Kaji, right, or One House, or Akagi, one of these gambling animes, where they kind of like, how do I survive this game? How do I trick this person? How do I lie? So it's a lot more like that, right? But yet again, another amazing anime that I easily probably put in the top 10. 2021. See, we haven't even got down the list yet, and and there's gonna be new animes coming too, right? They can surprise you. So, man, this season is crazy. Like you're getting like, this is the best season ever, like literally. Like, again, I can't hype it enough how good this season is, right? Gobutani, of course, one of my favorite harem shows, and I'm kind of picky when it comes to harem shows. Yotsuba is best girl. Like, Yotsuba is best girl, and she's voicing Gabby, so that's like awesome. Gabby is also Yotsuba. So hopefully Yotsuba wins. And everyone's gonna be like, no, Miku is best girl, Miku. And there's also gonna be that contrarian that is like, actually, Nino is best girl, because she's all mean and evil. It's gonna be someone that's like, actually, I like Nino. But clearly, the order clearly is Yotsuba, number 1, right? And then it's Ishika, and then it's Miku. And then the other two don't really matter much. That's the realist. Come on, come at me. But no, Quintuplets, it's a really good harem show. And I always say this, right? I'm a huge harem fan. I watched, I'm an old man, right? So I grew up with anime, where anime mostly was harem. So I grew up with Tenshin Moyo, right? It's the first harem. And I have all the mangas of like Love Hina. I even had Tenshin Moyo in the US for that matter. So, and so on, right? So I've seen every goddamn harem anime and rom-com anime since the beginning, basically, right? I've seen Lum and so on, but Lum is, I think, if you like 02, right, from Alice Darling in the Franxx, you should watch like Lum, like Space Invader Lum. She's the original, alien girl that forced you to marry her. That's like she's the original 02. And Ryoko, I guess, in Tenshin Moyo is also kind of like that badass fighting alien girl. It's like, you're gonna be my husband. yeah, Ryoko and Luma kind of like the original. How I say it, suddenly I have a weird alien girlfriend that's gonna marry me. Showbiz is kind of like suddenly I have an android girlfriend. So there's been a lot of animes of that back in the days, right? But since then, I felt horror anime had a few years was pretty lacking, and then horror anime had a lot of like ecchi beast furry horror anime, which I love a lot, right? Of course, not to use specific viewers, but you also had stuff like how everyday Nishio Monster Girls, right? Everyday with Monster Girls, Nishio Monster Musume, and so on. So then they had like a little resurgence of horror shows where it's sort of becoming more like you are living with a monster girl or like a ghost or an alien and so on. Again, because again in Regal Teshimoyo they were all aliens, right? So they kind of started with that already. But then, in my opinion, there are a lot of good horror shows, but I feel many of them are kind of weak when they use normal humans. So Gubutani for me is like the best, probably I would argue, the best newer horror show where all the 5 girls are just humans. They aren't like aliens or demon girls or whatever, right? They aren't that. So I'm a huge fan of Gubutani, and weird way to explain it, but I mean I've seen like basically every horror show ever. Like, I'm the audio, all of them, right? So I was like, this is one good one compared to most of the other ones. So in recent years, it's probably one of my absolute favorite horror shows. It's like a really good horror show. So of course, yet again, excited for this show. Boruto is like, yeah, Boruto. The Local Rise is a 3. So which is like one of these shows where, how would I say it? Local Rise is interesting. I know some people really love it. I like it too. I'm not a massive fan of it, but I like how it's more like, okay, we're playing a game. It's basically an isekai, but they're in a game, right? So it's like a virtual reality kind of game. But he's actually very intelligent. He's actually a good guy. I mean good as in competent guy. So if you wanna watch an anime where the guy is playing, fantasy, virtual reality, isekai kind of feel to it, but it's competent and actually isn't an idiot, the main character. This is the anime for you, which I like though. So it's kind of Dr. Stone away. Yeah, Dr. Stone is isekai. But it's a pretty good show. I would say from that kind of aspect of like, well, you want to watch someone that actually can do stuff and actually don't do stupid shit. Then watch this one. And this is a new show, which I don't know so much about it. Musuko Tensei Isekai Itara Honku Dasu. It's an isekai, so now you're at new shows, right? So we had like a top 10 already. That's like the year top 10. There's some other shows coming later, like No VR and so on, amazing too. So this is a new show, and it feels kind of weird now because like, oh shit, there's so many sequels this season. So now it's like, there are also new animes. Who cares? But this is an isekai, of course. It's in the name. About a boy. It's a boy. I mean, it's about a man, right? It's about a man that dies and becomes a boy. So it's like most of the isekais. These isekais is a little hard. I'm not saying this is a bad or good isekai, but I'm just saying that this premise where an old man dies and he turns into a young boy. It's like isekai. I'm the 8th son. Isekai shit magician. A slime is a slime, but it's like it's a lot that I think this is probably a pretty good isekai, but the premise itself is done to death. So I'm gonna check it out, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good anime. It's pretty popular, so alright. But it definitely has that. Suddenly, a man dies. He becomes an overpowered young boy with a lot of abilities, and he's gonna own people and probably get like a harem, whatever, right? And smash some elf girl, right? It feels like it's kind of like I think we've seen this kind of storyline like 50 times by now. But it's definitely one of those more, higher quality of that storyline. But it also might become very generic, right? And now I should have my crying aqua face here, which I have in order. Yeah, but it's kind of like that. You've seen it so many times. You're like, yeah, I've been there and I've done that. Like, where's my? You get this feeling. I'm gonna see if I can find an image here. That's happy aqua. God damn it, man! I waited a minute. GIFs I fixed it earlier. So what I mean is that I like isekai, right? I'm a huge isekai fan. I've seen every goddamn isekai, right? L0 and so on, right? But that's the thing with L0 is so different. You watch something at L0 and you're like, man, this is different than what you used to, right? So I think that anime is going to be good, but it's a little hard to get excited for those isekais because what you kind of want to see is how to say it? You want to see something like, something different, like, I also thought isekai into series, but you want to see something like this, right? Where you can like, this is different, like a little bit of that, honestly. But anyway, let's go back. But I'm just like, man, it's probably gonna be a good show. But the premise to me and so on sounds exactly like every other generic isekai ever. 7 Deadly Sins, or I guess I'm watching it. So 7 Deadly Sins, right? Ban is best character. I've seen every episode, yeah. I was like, I've seen every episode and my eye still bleeds. My eyes are still bleeding. The thing is that 7 Deadly Sins, season 1 is really good, right? We kind of get the characters. Again, Ban is best boy. Diana. The other characters are good too. Some of the demons are cool. And all that stuff, right? But then the last season, like the anime quality of the last season, it is like the worst thing ever. You've all seen image, right, where he's kind of lying like this, right, and his legs are kind of weirdly shaped, and people have seen it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the quality went from, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's the best quality before that, but it went from maybe like 7 out of 10 quality to like 0 out of 10. Like it's ridiculously ugly last season. It's ridiculously ugly. So it's I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance. And maybe I will regret that and just read the manga instead and see how it ends. It should be the final season, right? But it's a very disappointing last season. The storyline is still kinda there, and to be honest though, not too much about that, but I feel the storyline is a little too much power creep. It gives me that kind of weird Bleach vibe, where everyone is like suddenly they get owned by the demon guys, and then they go and train for like 2 weeks, and then they're stronger, and then they go and train, and it's a little too much that effect of, oh no, we lost, and then they go and train at some magical Dragon Ball time thing, and then they come back and crush them easily, and then the demon guys unlock their true powers, and then they come back and like, oh, we kill them so easily, and they kind of just loop that forever, right? And then the angels arise, and they do the same shit, right? So it's kind of like they loop that, they're kind of looping that. You either get owned or you own them, right? There's no one like, I feel probably the last arc, whatever, or more than that. Unfortunately, it's a little bit, the fights aren't so balanced. It's more like, well, actually, I am stronger than him but I've been hitting my powers for 3 weeks. And then this old man arrives. He's like, oh, I'm actually even stronger than that guy, but I have no rank because I'm a teacher or something. And then there's some weird explanation why they are. Why they are stronger and so on. Damn, poor my... Thank you, whatever. But you know what I mean, whatever. It's decent, okay? When They Cry, where they're watching that anime, of course. The last season, horror anime. New anime. Or it is weird talking about new animes. So, this is a slice of life show, definitely. Horimiya. Which is like... rom-com, dating anime. Definitely giving it... I mean, I like rom-com dating anime. I'm not only showing this, I haven't been watching anime. Horimiya, yeah. So, to me, the premise here sounds more similar to Sure Dure Children, which I actually really love. Sure Dure Children, that's a great anime, freaking awesome anime. Because we have a lot of characters, right? It's a school setting. There's a lot of young, boys and girls, and you have this romance. It's gonna be these comedic situations, right, and so on. So I think this anime here, to me at least, I haven't read the manga, but I'm anime. Not anime only, but for this anime only. Looking at the trailers and so on, the premise of it, it seems to me definitely more similar to the Children, where you have a lot of couples, right? And it's a lot of interaction between a lot of characters, or more that we're gonna follow like 2 couple over there, a couple over there, a couple over there. It's a lot of like tiny bits about their love life and so on. Right? So that's kind of how I would. That's my. But I think what I believe is going to be about more, right? But obviously it's a rom-com primarily. But with like, this boring loser and the fanboy and the muscular boy and the funny girl and the Yankee girl and so on, right? So it's probably a good show. There's another, I wouldn't call it isekai, but this is one of those shows, right? Kaifuku Jutsu no Yaranoshi? But anyway, this is a show then where, how to say it? This is not the isekai, right? But it's kind of like the manshai, where it's kind of isekai adjacent, where they are in a dark world, and she's a mage, and he's a priest, and someone is like a warrior or something, and they clearly have specific classes, and they have kind of like class system or level up or so on, right? So it's one of those light novels where, like with the Manshai, where they have levels and so on, right? And they have very specific jobs and so on. So it's a lot, like it's built around that. I call it kind of like the second wave, right, of fantasy light novels. The first wave is kind of like you get teleported, right, and kind of like Magic Rayheart. You get teleported. It's an isekai. You save the world. Yeah, it's kind of the classic isekai. The second wave are these animes, in my opinion, kind of like the Manshai. Like you're in a game world, right, but you aren't an isekai character, but you're basically in a game world. So you have this mage class and so on. Then the third wave is kind of like Konosuba, where you're like you. Not only are you in a game world or whatever, but you know you're in a game world and you're gonna make fun of it, right? Like a hero and so on, yeah. Where you kind of making a parody of being stuck in an isekai, right? And then you have the fourth, I guess, which is like Shield Hero, where you are isekai, you know it, and then you kind of hate it. Yeah, you hate it. You go, I don't wanna be an isekai, a shitty game world. Yeah, you kind of hate it instead. There's like the fourth version where you don't make fun of it, you make sad of it, you cry instead to be isekai. But you're still very well aware that you're in a game, right? In Shield Hero. Actually, Shield Hero, for that matter, story-wise, reminds me a lot of FFTA. You played that game, right? Final Tactics Advanced. It's the same, not the main character, but his girlfriend is basically Shield Hero. She hates the world. He wants to go home. No, that's not sorry. He wants to go home. He hates the world for some other reason, even though he has a good life, and she loves the world, or whatever. But yeah, but basically kind of similar. So that's kind of, we saw it in gaming before, when you kind of you isekai and you want to go home, right? But anyway, so this anime then, kind of, it's about a girl and she kind of unlocks this time magic. She unlocks badass magic, right? She's gonna try to fix issues. So it's like a good anime, yeah. She gets time magic, as it says here. She gets to rewind time, right? So she's gonna try to add a series, I guess. But it's basically kind of, mixture, I guess, of L0 and gaming anime and so on. But not, to my understanding, not as dark though, right? But it's, she gets time magic, she's gonna try to fix her kinda gaming world anime, right? For the better. Then we have another isekai, so you need a lot of isekais, right? It's actually probably a good isekai, but it's kind of like, instead of being a slime, I am now a spider. So yeah. So Kumu Desuga Nanika, I'm a spider, so what, right? I think it's his name, yeah. So instead, here's the protagonist, turns into a spider, right? And goes on an adventure to save the world. So it feels very much like Rimaru or... man, there is an isekai, which I haven't... It's not an anime, but I read about it. The guy turns into like a vending machine or something like that. It's just kind of like the next step. I once wrote an isekai for fun at work. It's for fun, where the guy turns into a coffee machine. Don't take my ideas now. And he makes really good coffee. So every girl wants to drink his coffee. So he gets this harem because he makes the best coffee ever. But he can't, smash them because he has no like dead body parts anymore. So he's like a living hell because he has like 20 girlfriends and they all want his coffee all the time. But he can't actually, get any fun with it. But anyway, this is I'm a high school girl, but now I'm a spider monster in the fantasy world. It's probably a good isekai. I know it's very popular, so it's probably one of the better isekais, but it definitely getting a similar feel to me like with Rimmer. So you turn into a monster instead, right? And you're gonna be more of those isekais. I guess that's like the fifth way of isekai, where you turn into something, you get isekai and you turn into something like some kind of monsters that are turning into human. It's powerful, right? That was the fifth level of fifth way of isekai. Anyway, of course we have Hatakaru Saibo, which is this is a great anime. In season 2 here, there's another spin-off too, right? So Hatakaru Saibo, we've seen it. It's basically about this super cute red blood cell that probably has sickle disease, and she's all like, "I'm lost." Yes, I'm all like, "Oh, well, how do I find home?" And she's trying to transport oxygen, blood into oxygen. And she gets into troubles, and she's saved by her, her attractive-ish boyfriend, the white blood cell comes and saves her all the time. That's half the episode, I think. But otherwise, there's like different body parts, cell parts, and they're fighting these viruses and bacteria and so on. It reminds me a lot of this old French TV show, One Cell or Once Upon a Time, History of Cells, right? So on, right? The body, there's been a history of that. where you're following these people fighting. It's like an anime version of that. It's an anime version of Once Upon a Time, a Cell's history or Cell's life and so on. So it's a really good anime. It's like surprisingly good. You watch the anime, you're like, man, this anime shouldn't be as good, but it's freaking hilarious. And we can't forget about the palatals, the tiny ones. They're like, gonna carry stuff. The little tiny ones are gonna fix stuff and so on. So yeah, Hatake Saibo is a really good anime. It's really enjoyable. It's but it's kind of weird, and every episode is basically, oh no, here's like he got this disease. How do we fight it? And we have to get this thing and so on, right? Or he got the flu or something. How does that happen in anime body fight? Like we had one. We probably got like some kind of cancer or something. Yeah. So anyways, it's a really good anime, and it's a weird anime, definitely. But it's making everything better. It's another one coming to them. The black one. I think it's called Hatake Saibo Black. It's probably further down here, where it's like, I guess, a spin-off because it's not following Red Blood Cell anymore. Red Blood Cell Shan, whatever people call her. And here yet another, this is like an adventure anime quiche. Okuruto Noboru. So this yet again I talked about earlier from my rants about isekais and fantasy worlds. This is yet another one where it's like, he's kind of in a fantasy world, it's kind of gamey, but it's not really isekai. So, but these isekais so on, right, are incredibly popular, right? Yeah, or similar shows then. So in this one then instead, he's the said here, he's the poor son, right? Because with that, I'm the 8th son and so on. He has a harem. Look at the image. He's got 4 hot wives already. So this is basically, comfort food, right? You watch this anime because you want to see what you kind of know, right? It's a guy, they're doing dungeon adventures. He has like 4 or 5 girlfriends. They're all very cute and sexy. And he is like this poor boy, but he has potential. And he's gonna, not smash anyone, but he's almost gonna smash his harem, right? And I think you know exactly what's gonna happen here. He has some weird abilities, right? You know what I mean? This feels like you know exactly what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, but he has to get sexy though, so he has to eat delicious meal and do. Yeah, he needs to do that stuff though. But the key here is that he needs to get all yeah. So actually, it's Amayada. What's it called again? Amanaido. Or whatever. It's an anime about a priest guy that he fights demons with his harem of 7 or 8. They're like the Buddha teaching. They're like 8, right? I think he's 3 gram though. But Amayada Natsu, or whatever it's called. But basically, it's like a priest guy, and he lives with like this the wheel of kind of like it's like a Naruto. So in Naruto, Pain has 6 different paths, right? It's like that. So it's a guy living as a priest, and he has 6 girlfriends basically, and they're all one path of the Buddha teaching, like the Daiva path and so on, like in Naruto, like Pain basically. And he has to also do fun stuff with the girls, because if he does that, he gets powerful and can defeat the demons. So this is basically that anime. Ayamada Natsu, something like that. I can't remember the name now, so it's hard to say. But basically, he's a priest guy, and then he has to, see some oppais or whatever, and then he can fight the demons. And then the other girls can use 1 power. It's just like Pain in Naruto, basically. So they have 1 power each from the path, right? 1 girl can control animals. It's like Pain, Kino no Jutsu! And 1 girl can like control, the space or something. Yeah, so they have different powers. The Buddha teacher, but he has the power of oppai, like this guy. Yeah, you got the harem oppai. So yeah, I think you know what you're there for, right? And here we go. Yeah, so this is the next Hatake Saibo, where it is gender bendered. So now instead it's a boyish, it's a blood cell kun. And he has a sexy white. Yeah, so I mean, come on! Instead of having the relationship between red blood cell shot and her hot boyfriend, the white blood, now instead it's a red, and then we have a very sexy white blood cell girl instead. So, but anyway, this is like a spin-off, right? Saibo talked about earlier, where instead we're following another blood cell, and they're doing something else in the body, right? And yeah, so it's kind of like. But instead of white blood cell, it's like girl white blood cell and so on. But it probably would be awesome. I've definitely watched anime, definitely. And then we have Beastars. Oh, holy shit, man. This should be, again, this is not my order of the list, right? This is not my order of the list, it's just popularity. Just doing popularity. This season is just crazy. this season is just insane, right? This season is the craziest thing ever. So, Beastars, yet another best anime, top 10 anime of that year, right? Of the 1 year ago, yeah, like in the end of last year. This is this amazing, computer graphic anime, right? CGI from Orange. That also did, of course, Hoshi no Kuni, one of my absolute. Hoshi no Kuni is one of the best animes ever. I mean, I like Beastars, but let's be honest, it's Hoshi no Kuni. Hoshi no Kuni is like is the masterpiece. That's like one of the best anime in history. Hoshi no Kuni is, I would easily have in my top 10 animes of all time. It's an insane anime. Man, with Foss all animes. I mean, group of thinking about it, but easily one of the best anime that year. Insanely good anime. But anyway, so Orange is a company that can make computer graphic anime, make them work, right? Like other companies, they can't really make CGI work, but Orange can. So Beastars is another amazing anime, one of the best anime that year. And this is also, as I mentioned earlier, Problem Anime is gonna be the top 10 of this year, right? So again, winter season 2021 is like, it's an insane season because I can already basically pick a top 10 list for the whole year just for the season. But anyway, Beastars, shortly then, premise-wise, it's like a weird romance psychological story where everyone is like a furry, So if you like furries, it's a good anime for you. They're all furries, and it's about a wolf then in love with a little rabbit, or it's a hare, whatever, one of those two animals, and but he's like a, one of these mean meat eaters, right? And she's a nice little cute rabbit, and that's like Romeo and Julia, whatever you can call it, yeah. Different worlds, right? And then a lot of other stuff happens. Yeah, there's like a thriller and it's crime, and I don't want to spoil it if you see it, but it's a very, very good anime. It's probably Netflix Yale though, so that's an issue with the anime. It's probably that is to be seen though. It's always a weird issue with some animes when they're on Netflix, but yeah, it's a very good anime. And then we have yet another, like, man, there's so many fantasies with my crying aqua face. There's so many fantasies. Jesus Christ. I'm just like, oh my god. It's like sequels of all the good animes, and then it's like 10 issue fantasy animes. Okay, so in this anime then, which has the longest name ever, so you know it's a light novel because they have the longest name ever. So Tatoba Last Dungeon, it's a dungeon anime. Man no Mura no Shonen, it's an shonen anime, okay. Ga Yoba no Mashida Kurasa Yuana Monogatari. So, super long name. But basically, this is another, adventure anime, young boy. He's like a shonen guy, he wants to be a hero in the capital, and, he's also overpowered, whatever. It might be good. Honestly, let's go on. We know what it's about. It's like a hot guy. He has like a waifu. He has like 4 girlfriends. Then he's gonna adventure. And I mean, if he's like, like we're gonna see this anime, it might be really good, or it might just be Isekai Shit Magician or grandson, medical grandson or whatever it's called, wise man's grandson boy or something, or it's one of these animes, right? We're like, yeah, whatever. We can't know what's happened. Whatever. Let's go on. That's why I feel honestly low, because I mean, Jesus Christ, another one of these fantasy anime. Anyway, so this is more interesting, I think. Yakushara Tomosaki-kun. This is like a rom-com drama, but less on the comedy aspect and more on, more on this like awkward romance thing where it's like, he's like a gamer with bad social skills, and she's like a woman with probably more aggressive, because the woman's all more aggressive in anime, but he also has social skills issues, right? And they're gonna fall in love, but it's gonna be hard for her to admit that, right? Kinda. So he can talk to people because he's like a gamer and loser. So it's gonna be that thing, right? It's gonna be basically that thing. Like gamers with less comedy, but it's like a horror. So no, but I think it might be a good anime, right? But as I mentioned, this is more on that. How would I say it? The rom-com with, well, I guess it's more drama, romance drama than rom-drama, whatever it's called. But like, yeah, less comedic, still some comedy, right? And more on the issues they have and so on, right? Less of the, but less played out as comedy gifs and more played out as how I say it, emotional issues, so on, right? But yeah, it's gonna try to make him a proper man, right? Yeah, I feel it's very anime where the female is very aggressive, right? She's gonna try to make him become the strong man. She's gonna push him to be a stronger and better husband for her, right? So, right? And then clearly she's gonna fall in love with him in the end, right? So I don't even know what up with it. This is airing currently. It's based on an ongoing anime game, and of course, it's called Inuyasha. Yeah, Inuyasha spin-off, I guess, but also airing currently. And then we have the camp show. So that show then, I won't show it too much. Yeah, yeah. Don't watch Seven Deadly Sins 4. I don't know. You probably should read Seven Deadly Sins, right? But it's I don't know. But anyway, I can't talk about the anime, unfortunately, right? Or too much about that. But obviously, I am a huge fan of the anime we passed by. One of the best slice of life animes ever. But that anime is like super lethal for issues on YouTube, unfortunately. So I had to remove all of my previous reviews and so on of that show, and for its similars from that company, right? Because it's like super dangerous. And when I have tried to do the spin-off, and they would immediately go after those videos and so on. So. I really love the slice of life, Rinshan, Rinshan. I love the show, but it's like, we can't talk about it seriously, and I'm almost like afraid just scrolling by it. I'm like, but it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So, and it's not just me. It's not me. It happens to like everyone on YouTube when you talk about that show or you show the show and so on. Shows clips from that show. Yeah, it's super annoying. But otherwise, that's also for me seriously like a top 10 contender, right? Again, this is crazy. With in a slice of life show, that show is one of the best. Rinshan, the dog scene. You can touch me, Snippadino. But yeah, it's an amazing show, and I had it in my top 10 then of 18, right? It was 18, yeah. But it's as I mentioned, then we can't talk about it unfortunately. So I won't do. It's not worth it's not worth the risk of talking about it, unfortunately. Or I mean, especially later on. Like I would love to do reaction reviews to that show, but it's no way because, as I mentioned again, when I try to do it of the spin-off of nice slice of life in the woods show, yeah, when I try to do it, they would immediately go after a video like a minute afterwards. Like it's possible, like it would never stay up. So it's what it is. World Trigger. I haven't seen World Trigger, so I haven't talked about it. And then we have this is Kamen no Jihen. It's one of the shonen shows. Like probably pretty. I don't know. Like I haven't read it. I think it is probably decently good, right? It's one of these shows where in a shonen show, the fight is more furries, right? It's like beast powers, and it might be good, but this is one of the shows that it's probably pretty good, but it's not going to be as popular as Jujutsu Kaisen and so on, right? It's like one of the lower level shonen shows, but it's a lot of furries though, so that's pretty cool. And the Happy New Year's from Bolivia, nice. Yeah, Happy New Year's, New Year here, looking at the craziest animes ever, right? But anyway, this is probably trying to give it a chance. I'm probably going to think it's decent and probably won't review that soon. X-Arm, similar way, it's also one of these like shonen shows. It's futuristic, it's more mecha aimed right. Also one of these shows where I think it's going to be probably a pretty good show, probably under the radar. That's probably will be my thing. But this actually might be a really good show. I haven't read the manga, so I can't talk too much about it. But yet again, a fighting show and they have mechas instead and they fuse up with the mechas and so on. Yeah, it might be good, Dragon Quest, I'm actually watching it right now. So Dragon Quest, I'm watching that right now. I'm not doing any bits about it, but it's basically the remake, right, of the old anime. There's like an old manga from the 80s based on the Dragon Quest games, kinda. So I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan. I played all the games, and I have basically played, I think, almost every Dragon Quest game. And I'm a JRPG fan, right, and collector and so on. So this anime isn't following the specific storyline of other games, but it's following like the how would I say, it's following like the general bad guys and monsters and so on, right? But otherwise, it feels much more Dragon Ball, right? Because the art is actually like, you know, Akira Toriyama's style, right? Of course, Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball author and so on, he also, of course, did the character design, right, and monster design of Dragon Quest back in the 80s, right? Also of Chrono Trigger. So it looks exactly like Akira Toriyama. But the guy that did the manga of Dai is not a person, but he drew it exactly like Akira Toriyama. So if you like Dragon Ball, this anime I think is pretty good because it looks almost exactly the same as Dragon Ball. Like it's kind of like, it's very similar. He even has a Kamehameha and so on, right? But yeah, X-Arm, I don't know. Maybe I might give it a chance. I feel this on a show, so I personally, when I watch one episode and the animation might be really horrible, I'll be like, maybe it's not bad. Seven Deadly Sins will probably have the worst animation ever, definitely, like last season. It might have a good opening though. It might have like the howling opening. There's one thing at least that Seven Deadly Sins does good. They have really good openings and endings. You know, it's like a Grand Rodeo and it's flows. They have really good, and also Man with the Mission. So they have really good openings and endings of Seven Deadly Sins. That's the best part of the anime. The opening and ending. The opening and endings. But anyway, and this is yet again an isekai. So, but it's like Yuri isekai, like, you know, show you, yeah, this is a cute. This I have to watch actually, but yeah, this is like, think about an isekai. But instead of having the normal isekai, we have like two cute girls instead, and they fall in love. So this anime then, it might be good, right? Urasakai Picnic. So basically, you know, girl before she dies, she is saved, and, you know, isekai, order side, blah blah blah. And of course, I'm incredibly excited for Black Clover opening and endings. I talked about earlier Black Clover at the beginning there. Of course, doing the Black Clover. And I said it earlier today too, because god damn it, so I forgot about there was gonna be a new opening and ending next week of Black Clover. So I have a meeting just after the episode's out. So I'm just like, god damn it, because I wanna do the opening review and so on, right? And have time to do that, and then go to this meeting afterwards. And usually I was like, god damn it. So I didn't think about that. Hopefully I have time to do it. But anyway, yeah, this is probably a pretty decent anime. You know, they're out missing fantasy world, but it's a lot of, you know, female excitement. Yeah, it's like isekai, Mushoku Tenshi. It's slime. Mushoku Tenshi. Nah, I'm so tired. I'm blaming it being that's slime, right? No, the only thing I think about when I is Tenshi slime, but oh yeah, that's this anime. Sorry, yeah, I'm blaming it on being happy news. I just woke up, man. I just woke up like an hour ago. Yeah, I talked about anime earlier. Mushoku Tensei, sorry, my name, I was like, what's the hell is it called again? But when I read Tensei, I was like, a slime? I thought it was slime for a long time. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei, talk about it briefly again, going over all the things fast, right? But Tensei is one of the animes where I feel it's probably gonna be a good anime. I know it's a very highly popular isekai anime, right? But for me, not having read it, I'm a little cautious because it sounds to me like all the other isekai animes out there. But I'm definitely giving it a chance. And let's go down again. But I had like a brain issue. I was like, oh, Tensei, slime. when I read Tensei, I was like, slime, yes. Anyway, Nonyon Biyauru. This is like my best show ever. Renge-chan! So seriously, like I said last week too, I was like, Renge-chan is back! Candy store lady! Right to the point though, Bunny Girl Senpai is as confusing as Bunny Girl Senpai. You know what? I need to do it because someone mentioned it. Time! I showed it in yesterday's stream though, but I have to do it because someone did it. You opened the window for me to show my new figure. I got it yesterday or 2 days ago. Yes, Bunny Senpai. Very nice. Show it there. Give it. I was like, perfect time to get my Bunny Senpai outfit. No, but yeah, yesterday I had my Bunny Senpai figure arrive, and the box is just so massive. Like this box, I mean, I'm a big man, right? I'm a big boy. So this box at my body here is gigantic. I'll show it again there for anime. But it's interesting. There's a good point though, because yeah, Bunny Senpai, obviously, Bunny Senpai. It's one of those shows where you read the synapse, right? You have before you see it, and you're like, this sounds like an ecchi anime about like a cute girl and a boy, and it's probably like almost like a hen stuff. And then you watch it, and you're like, that's the best anime ever. Obviously, Banner Senpai is one of the best anime history. I mean, I wouldn't have this huge My Senpai figure otherwise that I just got here before Christmas. But anyway, non Byaru then. I just have to do my. Oh come on, this box is so big. Anyway, non Byaru, one of the best slice of animes ever. It's an amazing slice of life anime about. How would I say it? Like it's about girls living in like some outside Tokyo somewhere in like the. But one of them is Tokyo, right? Yeah, they're living in a kind of like in the mountain range of Japan, and they have this like this cute lifestyle where they're like, oh, let's go and catch frogs, or let's fight with our rulers or something, and let's draw a painting or something, and it's just really funny, and it's a weird show too. I like how it's called Seinen because it's like a weird show where you're laughing at like life issues, all right, and man, Nonnen Byaru is freaking amazing. I love Nonnen Byaru. Of course, Renge is by far best good, and the relationship between Renge and candy store lady, and that's the best shit ever. She's like, candy store, are you coming to my recital? It's like, I have to walk candy lady, because obviously candy store lady is Renge's real mom and big sister and so on. She was on to really raise Renge. I'm getting freaking tear-eyed, man. Every damn candy store backstory with her and Renge, she's like taking care of Renge's kid. Oh man, it's so good. No, so I'm a huge fan of Nonnen Byaru. Like seriously, they're one of the best animes out there. Like I mean, I'm being serious too. Like we have all this anime. I mean, I'm not joking. We have all this anime that there's Stone, and we have Promised Neverland, and all these good shows, right? We have all these shows, like a Titan and so on. I'm like Nonnen Byaru. It's like I've genuinely. I mean, okay, fine. I'm more excited about like Rimmaru and Stone and so on, of course, than Nonnen Byaru. But I'm probably more excited about Nonnen Byaru than like quintuplets, and for me, Nonnen Byaru is probably top 5 or so. It's somewhere up there, but definitely. But yeah, Attack on Titan, of course, is like Attack on Titan or Nonnen Byaru. I mean, Nonnen Byaru, that's like better. But Attack on Titan, yeah, it's top of earlier, of course, almost the hyped show season, right? But anyway, yeah, Snaps is cute girls doing stuff in the mountain range, and this is the most wonderful anime ever. And I do see some new girl here too, so I guess I can maybe have a new classmate, because they're only like them and Nini, yeah, and then our old brother, right? Anyway, let's go on. Gaming anime, I'm just like, no, please no. No, yeah. So Hortensia Saga, it's one of these gaming anime based on a game, and this is one of those, typical, how to say it, TJRPG animes. So it's gonna be similar to something like Grand Crest, or basically like an anime on those kind of show, right? So it's like warriors and they have war and so on. And let me tell you, these animes, we haven't seen the anime yet, but still, these animes, they're almost impossible to follow if you haven't played the game. Because it's gonna be like, we are being attacked by this country, and then the Drakana country appears, and then these people have this class magic, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, nothing is explained in the anime. That's usually how they are. These animes are almost only done right to promote the game, because they make a lot of money on those games, like an iPhone game, whatever. They make a lot of money on people buying that game, right? So they're trying to like get people to play the game, right? So these animes are usually pretty bad. Like they're straight up usually, like really bad usually. So whatever. Orphan. I was this man. Orphan's an old anime. They remade that. I thought the remake was just so boring. This is my opinion, but I had the Orphan. I saw it, the first episode. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like really boring shonen anime or whatever. Like this is Digimon. Good question though. Are all animes? Oh, no. I'm like, have I seen a good show? Have I seen a good show based on a game? Okay, so the worst anime. Okay, first of all, the worst anime of all time, right? Which I always say, it's King's Game. Like, King's Game, that's the worst anime of all time, right? It's the worst anime of all time, and that's based on like a cell phone game, something like that, and also like a novel in a mixture of that. And so that tells you that all games are bad. But I mean, okay, this is where I say it. Anime's based. This is a good question. Anime based on games that are like iPhone games and Android games, basically smartphone games, right? Those animes are usually pretty bad, right? Those games, but anime and the game itself is also usually pretty bad. But animes, yeah, exactly. Animes based on like classic games though, like Castlevania, and other animes like Disgaea. Okay, Disgaea is a good anime. So the anime is based on like the classic, more iconic games, right? Of course, Castlevania is much more iconic than Disgaea, but still, like those animes, like Final Fantasy anime, the man of them, is pretty good and so on. So the anime is based on gaming franchise, kind of like old school games. I think those are pretty good. But the problem with these animes, like Hortensia, this is an anime based on, to my understanding, is one of those like more modern, some kind of phone game. Yeah, so the bubble is bad and so on. But the anime based on stuff like Castlevania, Final Fantasy animes, and similar like that. As I mentioned, Disgaea. There's many animes. Even going back in the time, like the Mario animes, I think are pretty good. We're pretty decent. I think the old school Mario animes, the Dragon Quest anime, it's pretty cool. Like the Dragon Quest anime, Dragon Quest Die is pretty cool. That's basic on the game, right? So I think those anime based on the games might be really good. One anime I really wanna see, right? Because I'm a huge fan of that game. It's the best game last, in my opinion. Is Fire Emblem. Can I finally get the Fire Emblem anime? Can we find Nintendo? Give me that freaking Fire Emblem anime. I wanna see, I wanna see that anime. Yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses. That would be the. I mean, everyone is basically an anime character anyway, and they have this like relationship with a rom-com and they're fighting and come on, like that's like the ultimate gaming anime. I feel Fire Emblem. They can have all this like. In fighting and all the it writes itself. The whole game is basically like an anime dating game. And then for that matter, Persona, right? I have a game here, right? Yeah, Persona. That's a good anime. Persona 5. That's a good anime, right? That's a good anime. You have the Royale here, right? The golden version here. Persona 5. That is actually, I would say, a really good anime too. That's an enjoyable. I've seen the whole anime. Yeah, it's an enjoyable anime. And something like what I have in my hand here was the Mana games also make a good anime. So I think there are some, so I think like that, right? Anime based on this kind of classic gaming or more like an actual console gaming usually are better. But the problem with gaming anime is that most of them today in anime are based on the phone games, right? Used to make people go and play those phone games, right? And pay to win and spend your money on those phone games, and that's not very strong. Anyway, of course, Digimon, it's a remake of the old classic Digimon. I've seen it when it's aired. And this is an anime I am excited for, though. Actually, SK, yeah, it's like Bones. That's a good studio. Original anime. I like original animes because they have usually better pacing and so on, right? Like we saw last season with Samurai and so on. And this is like, I don't know, extreme sport, right? So they're like doing skateboarding and they're doing stuff, right? Yeah, they're doing cool stuff on skateboards. so I'm like, yeah, this actually sounds pretty exciting. Seriously, Bones, original anime, and some weird skateboard anime. This is either gonna be this like really amazing drama about like the issues of being a skateboarder, or it's gonna be this like hilarious badass show when they do cool tricks and so on. So it actually would be a pretty good show, honestly, right? It's one of those shows that probably no one's gonna watch it because it's so many good shit is happening. So this anime is probably gonna be under the radar, but I think it's gonna be Air Gears. That's a good show. Air Gears, great. As an old man, right? When I was a kid, I used to read great stuff before he did. So Air Gears. Side note, right? I used to, of course, read all great stuff, before he did manga, right? So yeah, when I was a kid, you could find his stuff. He did his, family-friendly stuff before he did Air Gear, and also, of course, Tenyu Tenge. And you could see it immediately in Air Gear. I have the manga somewhere in som vi gjorde the Manning of Ager, right? You can see the op-pies and the assets and so on in Ager. It's like, oh, what happened there? Whatever. And this again is high IQ. So, oh, it's high IQ. No, sorry, but so I don't know why it's called 243. And I played volleyball a lot in my life, so weird anime, yeah. But Sein Koku Danshi Volleyball. So yeah, obviously it's a volleyball anime. It might be good, right? I think everyone has basically seen Haikyuu, right? Who knows? There was this other volleyball anime, right? Harukana Receive. That was like fan service. It was an ecchi version of Haikyuu, where there was like cute girls playing volleyball on beach volleyball, so they were in bikinis, right? And they were like, oh yeah, put me this ball, and the camera would focus on their assets and the oppa and so on, right? So that was the volleyball of slices. That was ecchi Haikyuu. Yeah, that show was pretty good. Ecchi Haikyuu, yeah. Only cute girls and all the camera angles were perfectly positioned, right? But this anime, it's I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance, right? It's I've seen almost every sport anime out there. People are definitely compared to Haikyuu, no matter what. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Haikyuu is good," or people are gonna compare it to Haikyuu constantly. That's gonna happen, right? And I don't know. It's probably typical sport anime where the guy's bullied, gets some friends, and is underdog, and they have to play up. So anyway, Haikyuu. Pokemon, of course. There's Conan, almost 1,000 episodes, but yeah, it goes. And this is an anime which I don't really know. Kaiboy Ramune. It's yet another. How would I say it? Yeah, it's not anime, but it's an anime about a guy, and he's trying to, I guess, manifest his, I should say destiny, but trying to learn to not be mean or something. I don't know. Not a new anime. These animes are hard to get read on. I really don't like the art, honestly. So it's Back Arrow. Lingalin is a landslide by a wall. The wall covered with colors. I don't know. I haven't seen much of it. I really don't like the art, honestly. How they concentrate the characters pretty old. So who knows, right? I'm just gonna say nothing. I just don't know. I will admit that this year I felt so overhyped by everything else. I'm like, I don't care about the other shows, all the new shows. Anyway, this is an anime about basically a zoo. It's like, how I say it? Yeah, this is an anime about people having, like the dream zoo or something. Basically, right? Yeah. It's, Tenshi is also this, but yeah, basically designing your zoos. If you like those tycoon games, right? The tycoon games where you roller coaster tycoon and so on, something like that. And I have this yet another new original anime. Original animes again are harder to read, right? Because there's no manga, you can only go on the preview, so you don't know much about it. So this one I have. This one could be like a really good anime, Wonder Egg Priority, but it's really hard to get. You read the synapse, and you're like, okay, maybe it's a good anime, right? It's very hard to determine, I feel. So give it a chance. Oh, Azur Lane. Yeah, but it's a 4-com. There's gonna be Azur Lane, there's gonna be more comedy. Azur Lane's a pretty good based on a game though. So Azur Lane, is a funny, how I say it, girls turning into mecha ships and they fight. It's pretty good anime. I actually think it's like but yeah, Wonder Egg Priority, this definitely be a dark horse. One of those animes where you're like, it's hard to know if it's good or not because it's original and it's a drama, but it looks very, weird, so it might be really good, or it might be just like, what is this thing? So definitely an anime we should probably give it a chance, right? And it might surprise you in either way, definitely. But actually, anyway, so it's a 4-com manga. I'm probably gonna watch it, but so 4-com means that it's like one of these, one of these. This 4-panel thing, right? So basically, 4-com manga are very kind of slapsticky kind of comedy. So it's probably gonna be one of those animes where you're gonna be short. I don't know exactly what to say up here, but this is probably like a 5-minute. I'm gonna guess this is like a short anime, right? Where every episode is like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, probably shorter, and it's quick jokes. That's probably this anime. That's my guess, because it's 4-color manga, and it's also to promote the game, right? But it's actually a good anime. It's fine anime. And this is, you say that's the thing. 4-color manga, right? It's like a comedy version of Bungo Stray Dogs. It's probably pretty fun. It's kind of the same thing here. This I had not seen before. This thing, creating or Kisara. This looks like really bad. And then we have, idol shows. Yeah, a new idol show, Geki Idol, and we get into the bottom now of the list here. Uma Musume though. This is also should be definitely be higher up, man. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking Spec Sean. This anime is freaking awesome. Like, what is this? Like, it's not Zombieland Sega level of it, but Uma Musume, man. That's a great anime. Also, all anime unfortunately can't talk about because of the company. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of Uma Musume, but you can't really show it on. Also, though, the hammer comes and gets you if you do too much about Uma Musume. Unfortunately, that's also a good show, so we have to be higher up there. And this show I haven't even seen. It's the 2 of Otono no Bugia-san with ecchi short form. I think we're kind of in the bottom now. Most shows are gonna be like 4 minutes, 5 minute shows here. We're at the bottom of the list here. Yeah, there's some idol shows. It's gonna be game, anime, children, comedy shows. Sexy. Like, interesting. Sexy surfer boys. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be yaoi. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sport. Okay. But most of the shows now are like health episodes. So anyway, we kind of go over all the cool shows, right? We kind of covered all the good shit. And now we have just like the special shows and idol, all the idol and music shows and shows where they're singing and precursor high up. It probably is gonna be a new Kaizen opening and ending in 2 weeks from now. And now it's just more and more idol shows. Damn it. There's just so many idol shows I'm talking about here, but there's so many goddamn idol shows, And all the children show and pretty girl shows, Mario-sama girl shows. It's so it's all over one watching show. It's more children show, more idol shows, more children shows. Is there nothing else here? I think we covered all the good shows. Now we're in the bottom here. So it's gonna be a lot of idol shows, kid shows. No, okay, good. Okay, let's go up again. Okay, let's quickly recap and then talk about movies. Well, now we get more enthusiasm though. We got the good shit again. But yeah, that part is like in the end there, right? When you look at, because this list here is based on popularity. So in the end, you get like, here's 20 idol shows, and it's like idol, and like children's shows that no one votes for, right? Because this list here is based on voting, right? People are voting how much they're excited for the show. So of course, in the end, you get these shows that no one is like cares about, right? Honestly, but how to say it? Uma Musume though, I think should be way higher up. That show is a really good show. I freaking love the show, and I wish I could, do videos about it. But as with the other show from the same company, I had to remove those videos previously. But anyway, quickly go over there. Okay, Kaizen started airing, so whatever. You know Kaizen, popular show. Black Clover again, Spade Kingdom. So Black Clover, right? If you're not up to date with Black Clover, I'll say it again here. Melona is in Black Clover. Melona, man. but yeah, so Black Clover, right? It's finally getting into that Spade Kingdom arc again, right? So that is one of the shows I am most excited for, straight up. Even I watch it every week because I'm like, yeah, it's been filler, and now we're getting into the real shit again. So that's amazing. Attack on Titan has also already been started airing, because you know about it, Aaron, and best girl Gabby and so on, right? With my Jean. There's Jean, best boy Jean and so on. So Attack on Titan, final season, Hammer Titan and so on. Yeah, we get all the good shit right. Oh my god, best girl Peak. Slime. So again, this season I was at the iteration here, but this season, right? It's just the best thing ever. We have so many good. It's the shows already mentioned there. They're all already airing, right? And then of course we have again then Slime, the Hessen Uni, Melona, but so on. Yeah, Slime, right? Freaking okay. Obviously I watched One Piece. Yeah, One Piece, Wano arc, Act 2 ended last episode, right? You're getting the Warlord next episodes. As Zero, of course. I love the image of Zero. I love the image here in Kina and Emilia fighting about Subaru. And Subaru is like, you're both crazy! Of course, you know, I want to see the Kina, see the witches, and yeah. You know what I'm talking about. As Zero, an amazing show. One of my absolute favorite shows ever. And Dr. Stone, again, right? Freaking lost Dr. Stone. Senku is finally coming back. I'm ready with my Senku. You know, in anime for intelligent people. Just the amazing shit ever. Man, I you know, again, Dr. Stone I think is so impressive because it makes that shonen show happen. It's shonen, but it just feels so much more intelligent. It's just man. It's just it's the best thing ever. It's hard to explain it because it's just so. It's a shonen, but it's all about strategy and making stuff happen. And it makes like we're building a glass, and it's so exciting. You know, it's like yeah, listen, they're all hyping up everything. Oh, we're gonna be like a water wheel, and it's the best thing ever. Instead of being like, you know, I'm gonna train to do a kamehameha. It's like I'm gonna train to build a water mill, and that freaking water mill, it's the best thing ever. It's kind of that. It's amazing. But for that matter, though, I said earlier, right? But Ice 21 is my all-time favorite sport anime, and you know who wrote Ice 21? The same person that wrote The Stone. So I think that's it's the same author, yeah. So it's like a huge thing. And it even is there is a part in The Stone, for that matter, where the Ice Shield characters appear and they're pushing that wheel. Yeah, it's like Kinta-kun appears pushing that Senku wheel. So they have some reference to Ice Shield 21 for that matter in the manga and the manga. Yeah, yeah, it's stacked from hell, right? Is this gonna be watching anime non-stop the whole season? Again, Promised Neverland, one of the best local animes ever, right? To me, it reminds me more of, it's more like Kaji and Akagi and so on than it's like one-outs, than it's like shonen anime. But a really good anime, really thrilling anime, right? Fighting evil mom and so on, yeah, and big Oneshan and so on. Man, this anime is good. It's hard to talk about it because if you haven't seen it, you get spoiled, right? But obviously, you know, Ray's best, yeah, best character, freaking best character, and I guess you're gonna meet some demon girl or something. I mean, I haven't read the manga, but I guess you're gonna meet some evil demon girl that likes to eat human or something like that. Gobutani, again, Tsubai's best girl. Let's go on. You're Tsubai's best girl. Everyone loves Miku, but you're not people crazy. Have you seen Genki Yotsuba? Also, it's Gabby in the Titan. Yeah, exactly. It's Gabby. This is Gabby in the Titan. Yeah, so you know this is the best girl. It's also Urika from Michael Demon. But anyway, yeah, Yotsuba of course. Boruto. I mean, I'm a Naruto fan, but Jesus Christ, Boruto, it's like. Well, at least the openings are good in Boruto. At least the openings are really good. Like opening 7, Cybermaster, yeah, that's good. Dog Horizon, it's like playing video games, but you have a brain instead, so that's pretty good. Yeah, of course I'm gonna give this anime a chance. And I like the concept that it sounds like, that is, the synapse sounds like, yeah, like Bunny Senpai, where you misunderstand what it's about. But obviously the most popular new isekai coming, right? Yeah, watch the anime. 7 Deadly Sins, the most ugliest anime ever, but I do have good openings and endings. Again, Grand Rodeo, Flow, so on, maybe the mission. But I don't know. I'm gonna watch episode 1 at least, then probably cry because it's gonna be the ugliest thing ever. But look, the art here is pretty good at least. See, they did a pretty good art here. When they cry, while watching that, good show, right? Horiyama, Surudu Shiden to me, rom-com, a lot of couples. It's probably gonna be a really fun anime. Again, right, you know, video game anime, time travel thing, so that'd be interesting. Time Ad is also kind of fun, right? Isekai anime, turning into a spider instead. Turning into spider, you know that is. Hatago Saibo, really good anime, I love that one too. Going Black 2. I mean, that's, you know, horror anime, and he gets, you know, powered up by watching Oppai or something. You know, Hatago Black. Beastars, of course, yet another amazing anime, and this is a shonen isekai anime, right? But anyway, yeah, super stacked season. Which my goddamn non Biaro though, and of course, what is it? Non Biaro. Ringu-san, come on, it's the best thing ever. No, but of course I put it on consider for all the shows. I don't know about, right? Because I'm a paranoid person, right? So I'm like, I don't know, I haven't seen the show yet, right? So everything that's yellow is basically new shows, right? I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if it's good or not yet. I just assume it's good. And green is show I'm already watching, right? And white is like shows I can't, which I won't watch, right? Basically, probably. As you can see here, right? So green is basically shows I'm already watching, more or less, right? Because there's so many goddamn shows already seen, right? But this thing is this year though, it is so much sequels, so you're like everything is green is basically season 2 or One Piece is like season 25, but you know what I mean. It's like green and then it's like Zero season 2, right? So most green stuff is like just shows we're already watching. Yeah, it's like watching, right? And all the yellows are the new shows we're gonna watch. And then red would be I won't ignore it. Anyway, that's what the movies. Fairground, a new movie. Oh yeah, of course. This is a show. This is a movie I think is really amazing. It is one movie coming out. It's already out, but yeah, it is one movie that looks amazing. It's of course Tiger and Fish, or Fish or Tiger, everything in English. Yuosta Totora no Sakatachi, which is based on an old novel, based on a movie, right? You probably seen the trailer of the show all over YouTube, right? This looks like a really good movie, right? Like a really nice romantic slice of life movie about a girl in a wheelchair meeting a boy and she wants to be a mermaid and so on. This is probably one of the best movies this year, but it's out just now here. You can go and watch it in the theater, right? And I think it's out, yeah, on the Christmas Eve there. A nice movie. And this is interesting. So Evangelion is getting like some kind of, I don't know, it's like a yeah, this is like, do I want to watch this show or do I want to skip it? Because it's like, this is probably, is this gonna be canon or is this like a remake of what happened last time? You know, these kind of shows are interesting because this is like, so Evangelion, of course, one of the most famous animes ever, right? And this is like a new movie that is like, is some kind of remake. Yeah, these shows you get kind of worried because you're like, wait, is this canon now? Or is it gonna rewrite what happened? Or is this like another version? Or so I don't know. This is a kind of weird thing where you're kind of skeptical, right? You're kind of like, I don't know, man. Is it gonna be canon? Is it gonna rewrite amazing previous stuff? So I'm just gonna be like, okay, maybe we watch that show. Gintama is getting, I like it's called the final because Gintama is like, this is the final season, and they're like, actually, this is the final season. And it's like the Gintama, the movie, the final, and then next year is gonna be like Gintama, the final movie. So maybe this is the final movie. I don't know. They make that joke for Gintama for years now. That this is the final movie or final season. So, but obviously Gintama is hilarious, freaking hilarious. Princess Principal. It sounds. I like the name, Princess Principal. Given. So Given, is a very yaoi rock music anime. It's pretty decent anime, not overly exaggerated. And this is yet another Settokoi. So this is an old anime, right? I mean, there's many seasons of it. Settokoi Yakun. Yeah, the true finale of Gintama is probably not the true finale. Who knows, right? But anyway, Settokoi Yakudomo is an anime. Man, you can barely. It's a, family-friendly anime about a girl that's like, oh, I'm also addicted to this thing and so on. Yeah, so it's a weird anime, right? About like, I call it weirdly not very good social people in a school club kind of thing. They are more like the school press and so on, but yeah, and they have weird banter where the girls are like, oh, I heard you were sick, so I brought you hentai. It's like, but it's a really weird show where this one episode he's home with sick, right? And his sister's like, I heard you were sick, Onishan, so I got you a new manga. He's like, weird Imoto. And then Shira's like, oh, so have you gotten your fix today? I bought you some manga. It's like, what's wrong with you people? So yeah, this is a weird anime. If you like ecchi jokes. This band, this is a wet ecchi anime to the weirdest. And of course Shirobako is in an anime about... so Shirobako is about an anime making anime, right? So it's like one of those classic animes to how to make an anime. So that movie we have to see. I guess I read it earlier. Huh. It's been pronounced. I always wondered why is it green here. I must press this button like years ago. Like I don't even remember that it was going. I have to do. Ooh, a Sailor Moon movie. Oh, I'm there. Oh man, finally a Sailor Moon show. Yeah. But anyway, more Sailor Moon. See, they know what I want. And Doraemon and so on. Movies. Anyway, quickly, I want to talk about OVAs here. There might be some good OVAs. They're all gonna be etchy. They are gonna be. Now it's gonna be like Dan Mancha. It's gonna be etchy. It's gonna be Strike Light and etchy. Wotakoi. This is a good anime though. Yeah, man, it's a fun. And also, this is the best couple too. The Nishan, the Ototo. This is the couple you wanna see. Seriously, this is the best couple in the show. So of course, Wotakoi, you know, love is half Utaka, right? About nerds falling in love, right? But the best relationship is clearly his brother and his cute girl that doesn't know it's a girl, whatever. Yeah, it's like cross dress. Yeah, this is clearly the best romance too. So it not only is this a great anime, but this is the best couple to the anime by far, I think. So this actually is an OVA I'm very excited about. Yeah, focusing on the best couple. So this actually is a really legit OVA, I would say. But here we go. You know, this is gonna be, man, the last OVA. I was like, yeah, I was like a brain like, oh, the last OVA. The last OVA. So anyway, so how I say it? You know the Hospitals, right? An etchy anime. So the thing is that these kind of animes, when they do OVAs, they are less censored, right? And so the last OVA, he turned into, you know, like shampoo, right? And then all the girls got it over themselves. So yeah, if you want to watch some really weird etchy that is borderline hen and not really etchy, this is the anime for you, right? So most OVAs are gonna be like just you know, more etchy, right? Look at this, etchy. It's like some pantsu thing. That's just pretty legit then. It's like, oh, interesting. And look at this, blood, and it's like pantsu and the semi-final of Gintama. Yeah, sure. And this is already an etchy anime. Where's Dan Mancha? Oh, at 0. Actually, it might be. What do you think? This sounds like a recap or something. A 0 break time. Who knows? Oh, Tension Moyo, of course. But I already watched Tension Moyo. Yeah, like season 5 Tension Moyo. I'm looking for like some Dan Mancha OVA or something. It's always like that. Right? It's always like, oh, let's do. What is this thing? 7 Deadly Sins OVA. It might be better quality than the other stuff. It's like, it might be better quality than the other stuff, you know. There's all this weird, the live action doll shows. But where's my Dan Mancha, man? I need some like Dan Mancha OVA or some other weird OVAs where it's like, beer, Kuma beer. But anyway, oh yeah, my cream is still there. God damn it, cream covering on my beautiful face. This season, right? The most craziest season ever. That's the thing, right? This season has everything going for it. This season is, man, it's gonna be the craziest season ever. Like I mentioned earlier, I think just the essential thing is that, like normally, right? You make a top 10. I'm gonna work on it tomorrow. Actually, my top 10 video of this year, or 2020, and. It's just, in the beginning here, you look at the shows, and you're like, holy shit. It's like Attack on Titan, it's Promised Neverland, it's Dr. Stone, it's Slime, it's Quintuplets, it's F-Zero, of course, and all this stuff, right? And Black Clover, Spade Kingdom, and everything. And you're like, man, these are all like top 10 shows, right? And I know they're all sequels, so we know they're good, right? I know they're all sequels, right? So that's the thing, though. They're all sequels. So we know that they're all sequels, right? And that's why we know that these shows, like I mentioned last time, we had Promised Neverland and so on, Dr. Stone. They were like the top 10 of that year, right? And now they're all airing at the same time. But they're Happy New Year's, and of course, we're gonna do a lot of reactions. It's gonna be a lot of reactions. That's the thing. I'm like, holy shit! Next season, I'm gonna sit here and do reactions every day. No, but seriously, right? So I think that's crazy because. Normally you would be like, oh, F-Zero was really good that summer, and then like the Stone was really good that winter, and then you combine that, and then you get your top 10 list, right? And here I'm just like, oh, these are all like top 10 animes. It's Kaisen 2, they're all top 10 anime. Beastars, that's a top 10 anime for me as well when I had. it's just this is crazy, right? So anyway, that's the season, guys, and yeah, it almost feels surreal that they put all of these animes on the same season, right? It's just crazy. It's almost gonna be like anime overload where you. I'm honestly afraid of that because I remember though last time the Stone aired was on a Friday, and on that Friday it was like 5 quarters of Stone, Arubaru. Was it more? It was Arubaru. It was like 7 animes on a Friday. It was like crazy because it was like 7 or 8 good animes on a Friday. Not just like it's 8 animes on a Friday. No, it was like 8 good animes on a Friday. And I said it was a Grand Blue, and so that was like Grand Blue. There was a Stone, Arubaru, I think. It was some weird day there for some season where it was like everything is, on the same day, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, I'm gonna die. So it's almost like you're almost afraid, right, of anime overload. The thing is that I don't want to be negative, but I'm just like I'm honestly hoping. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm hoping, right. That's the last point again. I'm hoping that these animes are spread out, right. I think everyone fits the same thing. Not just for my personal channel, the reviews and reactions, but for everyone. I really hope that we have, one show on Tuesday, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Hopefully it's not like all on Friday or all on Saturday, and then it's like, I have to, because that's gonna be super headache. And it's gonna be a bit boring too, right? Because I'd rather have it that we all can enjoy these animes on one day, and then we can talk about animes, right? And everything from Twitter to this stuff and Reddit and so on. Yeah, I rather have all the anime spread out, right? So, but we will see. Like Slime is airing in 3 days. I know Alcira's back, I think, on Wednesday next week, right? So that's on Wednesday. I'm looking at it quickly here. That's Wednesday. Promised Neverland is probably Thursday next week. Govutan is also. Oh, that's Friday. Okay, so Friday is gonna be probably. Friday is probably gonna be the most stacked day. Usually it's Friday. It's usually the Friday or Thursday. Yeah, but it might be Thursday. But okay, yeah, Saturdays. But yeah, it's almost so many animes. You almost get afraid. You're like, oh shit, it's gonna be so many animes. But anyways, that's it. Subscribe, hit the like button, right, of course. We're gonna have so many animes to watch. One thing I love to do, of course, as I say every time, is opening reviews and reactions, right? So next week for me, of course, the biggest day is probably seriously Tuesday, right? I want to see the new Black Clover opening, Spade Kingdom opening, right? It's probably going to be a lot of Spade Kingdom reveals, powers, and so on. That's going to be amazing. I want to hopefully catch the new opening, I'll see that, right? And I want to look at like even 7 Deadly Sins opening. Hopefully we have a One Piece opening. I want to see the best character of One Piece, right? Of Wano arc. Hopefully that character is in the opening suddenly. I could see it happening. My guess for One Piece is that they're going to add that character into the current opening. So I want to see that happening, right? That might be next week, potentially, because they're trying to time it in there, right? And so one Beastars coming next week. That's like weird opening for that matter. So this doll opening. Yeah. So that's one thing immediately looking on the opening and endings of next week. Oh man, it's a crazy week, right? So many, the stone opening, yeah. So many shows. I probably are gonna watch Boruto. Yeah, that was bad. Like that's one thing I would say here. Like for example, talking about openings, right? Opening 7 of Boruto is amazing, and I missed that out unfortunately when I missed it out when it was airing, right? Because I'm not following Boruto, and then someone linked me like you have to see Boruto opening 7, but it had already been out for like a month, but. Like that was amazing. Like that was amazing. The Boruto opening 7 is amazing. Cybermasters, I'm a huge fan of that. But yeah, the site I'm using is called Live Short. So for that matter, Live Short, you can say the last thing here. I can recommend the channel definitely. So Live Short is a great channel site. Just if you wanna see the timers, right, and so on. If you wanna be like, oh, when is this airing? Oh, it's like 2 weeks now. Just because it's delayed by 2 weeks, right? Okay, so it's airing that time, and it's great if you want to see like how many episodes, 24 episodes. Okay, so Live is a really good channel because you get all the timer of when stuff is coming out and how many episodes there are, if there are shorter episodes, Like if you have something like, it's weird that they removed my, there's some bug though, because it clearly removed my, I mean I've been pressing the button here, right? And now it removed that's kind of strange, right? Like for example here, why is it removed now? Right? That's kind of strange. It removed that, but whatever. It also tells you if it is short shows, right? It tells you that if it's like these shows that are like 4 comma manga and so on, they're gonna be shorter, right? So yeah, that's a great channel. It's a great site. I mean, if you want to just have a good understanding of seasonal anime, when they're coming out, what time they're coming out, and it also links you to trailers, right? So you can watch like the trailer of the show, and it also links you to different Crunchyroll, and if you take something like a more popular show, it's gonna have a lot of stuff like here, then it gives you all the different Crunchyroll and so on. Yeah, so that's great too if you want to be, where can I watch show? Or maybe Bilibili and so on. Yeah, so that's a great way to also get to figure out like, okay, what channel has the show and so on. But anyway, guys, that's Happy New Year's, and I'm gonna try them. Hopefully I can make it happen. Probably not, honestly, because I'm taking a lot of time on that. But I'm gonna try tomorrow or on hopefully this weekend, but unfortunately probably not. I'm gonna try to do my top 10 right. Top 10 for last year, of course, then 2020, and I haven't decided yet what are the best animes last year. So that's gonna come out. Otherwise, of course, see you guys next week with, I think, Black Clover. I think Black Clover is the first thing airing next week. Yeah, Tuesday next week, right? Freaking Black Clover, right? New opening and ending and so on. Spade Kingdom. That's probably the first review and reaction next of this year. And I am very excited to see Spade Kingdom. So anyway, thanks for watching and